This podcast was produced with the financial support of the European Union and the Culture Fund. Contents are the sole responsibility of Girls Aloud and do not necessarily reflect the views of the European Union and the Culture Fund.
Girls, I'm back. Yo, Mina, I love it here. I mean, if you are loving our episodes on Girls Aloud, please don't forget to follow us on our Twitter page at Girls Aloud ZW. Like I always say, this is a podcast for every woman, every wonke umuntu ongumfazi. Kuthiwa thinta umfazi wathinta imbokodo. Okay, as you all know, Girls Aloud is supported by Culture Fund Zimbabwe, and mina engikhulumayo ngumaphosa nokanozibelo, also known as Mapo. Today's episode we're talking about the new bride, umakoti omutsha. But anyways, I'm not married, I don't know. But then anyway, our guest is married to Tafadzwa. Luckily for us, she's a newly married, she's a sales and marketing, she's a speaker, and she's also the founder of Twin Connect Solutions. So she's going to tell us a lot about being a new bride. Hi Tafadzwa.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for joining us on the show
You're
today.
welcome.
Okay, so you've been married for a while now, I understand,
Yes.
right? What would you say was the biggest difference between being a girlfriend and boyfriend and being husband and wife?
Okay, the major difference, I would say that it's having a life partner,
Yes.
having someone that he has to approve. Actually, we work as a team,
Okay.
but now it's different from being a girlfriend and a wife. Because
Yes.
now I have to tell him my whereabouts.
Uh-huh.
Now I have to financially plan together. We have to plan on the future together. It's different
Yes.
from when I was a girlfriend.
Yes.
I used to work and make my money, and I knew I would just go and buy a dress. Now we have to plan together.
Yes.
We have to build a future together. So that's the major difference.
Okay. And then what's the best part about being married?
It's having your soulmate. It's having a permanent boyfriend. It's having someone that you know supports you, values you, and is my shoulder to cry on. You know.
That's been nice.
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. What has been the hardest thing to adjust his married life?
The hardest thing is family having to change.
Yes.
Like, I live with my dad and my twin sister. I
Yes.
used to live with them before
Before you
getting
got
married.
married,
Yes. So that change, like from living with my dad and my twin sister,
Yeah.
because we just live as the three of us, and
Yes.
we have been so close. And you can imagine living your twin sister
Yes.
with your first love, and your dad is
Yes.
your king,
Yeah.
and you have to move out
And then you have to
live
stay with
your
someone
husband.
else,
Yes.
yes.
So that has been like a major challenge.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. How do you manage your relationship with your in-laws? Does it get to a point where you have to choose between your husband and your family? You know, which is it?
I haven't given myself that chance of choosing.
Yes.
Yes, because with in-laws, firstly, you just have to become you. You have to become real with yourself. I love this quote which says that you have to love yourself and the world will love you back.
Yes.
I don't believe in buying love or selling myself, but they are family. I don't believe they're in-laws, but they're in-loves. My
Okay.
mom-in-law is my mom, my sister-in-law
Okay.
is my
Your
sister.
sister,
So
yes, like
I
that.
don't need to sell myself to my sister. She
Okay.
loves me as I am. I
Okay.
love her as she is.
Yes.
So that's the same thing with my in-laws, because they are family.
All right. Is there anything more to marriage than just a signed piece of paper, though?
Definitely.
Alright.
Marriage is more than just a paper. It's more than just a flashy wedding or a nice ring.
Because I've heard people say there's a difference between a wedding and marriage. And
Yes.
people are saying people get married for the sake of a wedding,
Yes.
whereas a marriage is a different thing altogether. So
Yes,
can you just elaborate?
marriage is a different thing, because
Yes.
imagine a wedding you plan probably for months.
Yes.
You hire the wedding planners,
Yes.
the decors,
Yes,
but
and
it's
it's a
just
lot of work.
Yes,
Yes.
but imagine it's just for a day.
It's for a day,
Whereas
that's true.
marriage is for a lifetime. So now that guy was in a suit, he's now your life partner.
Yes.
You have to wake up to him every day. When I'll sell her makeup, I'll sell her the nice hairstyle that you
Yes,
had,
the white
And
dress that
yes,
you had on.
imagine.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to wake up, Aula makeup, you're a monster. Sometimes you
And they
know,
face each other man to man.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yes.
So really, there's more to marriage. You have to marry your best friend, because
Okay.
wedding is one day. After that,
guys
Sepsisizama
left
cake
home
and you're
is-
gone.
Okay.
But marriage, it has to be founded by prayer. The main foundation should be prayer.
Yes.
It should be commitment. You have to love that person like truly.
Alright.
Because imagine
For it
ungathi,
to
I
work.
love him because of money. You are going to have that flashy wedding funded by him.
Yes.
But what's going to happen
After
years
the wedding.
after?
Alright.
Yes.
Okay. And then does the concept of lobola or rora mean anything to you?
Yes.
I mean, people these days advocating for ukhichwa kama lobola. Some are saying mele uhlale khona. Some are saying mele aphume. Does it mean anything to you?
Yes, it does.
What does it mean?
For me, lobola is the unity of two families coming together, yes. And it also means a lot in terms of the guy sacrificing to become my husband, to become a son-in-law in my family. Because I wonder why people want it to be ukuthi ikhitshwe, because even in the Bible it's there.
Yes.
I mean, men have worked 7 years plus 7 years to marry the woman they want. So why should you just get someone for free?
Okay.
I mean, for me that doesn't work.
Okay.
Because biblically it's there. So I think culturally it should be maintained.
Should be maintained. Okay. Most women, like, they transition from their parents' home to their matrimonial homes. Do you think there should be a phase in between? Like, ukuthi, you know, if there's a growth, before you get married to someone.
I don't think like it's something that's teachable. That's why I say that I think you should marry your best friend.
Yes.
Because even that transition, it involves even our in-laws and everything that comes with that family, with that marriage. If you marry your best friend, I don't think there are some things that you need to be taught.
Yes.
Because you're marrying this guy, he will teach you even about his family, about his traditions. He will protect you, because even like my kitchen teas, they teach a lot of things. That's a phase on its own. But at the end of the day, it's about who you are marrying, where you are marrying, which family you are marrying into.
All right. My kitchen tea, but then does intimacy change at all after marriage?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
I
You
don't
maintain
believe
if
it
you used
should.
to have sex when you're dating like 4-5 times a week. Do you still have sex 4-5 times a week right now?
Of course, now, okay, not on the sex part, but I'll talk on the dating part, maybe for dates. I believe that it changes when you want to, but you should maintain that. I mean, if you're dating, if you're still married, you should keep that fire burning.
Be able to go out and buy
go
pizza,
out, even
go over dates
date
and-
nights. Plan today we're going on a date night. You plan that and you go out. Maybe you plan going
I'm sorry,
out.
just to cut you off a bit. Do you think it's the same with someone who've been married for something like 10 years or so?
Yes, it should remain the same.
Okay.
Even
Are you going to do the same?
I pray that I do the same. I hope it doesn't change. I want that for me. Even imagine you're now in your 60s, you're going out. That would be sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then at what point do you start discussing a family after you getting married?
Well, we thought of starting a family maybe after a year.
After a year.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. All right. Then this gap that you're taking this year.
Just living together, having fun, knowing like how to live, waking up next to him, see two without a baby crying or someone knocking on the door, you know.
Okay. Then on that kitchen part is not okay. What's your take on what women are prepared? They are taught how to handle marriage and their husbands, but then husbands aren't taught the same. Like in night before his wedding, bachelor party, kitchen party. What's your take on that?
I think that's patriarchal,
Okay.
as per se, because women believe that women are taught they are like remote controlled,
And
that
as
you
if
have
men know how to be husbands.
exactly.
Okay.
But they are the ones who actually need to be taught how to be a husband.
Okay.
Because for me to be a happy makoti, to be a happy wife,
Yes.
I always tell my husband that for me to impress, you know, kitchen parties, you're told that unofana uda amadzimu, unofana kuda my visitors.
Yeah.
But for me to impress that, he has to be making me happy.
Yes.
Because I don't need to be a grumpy wife. But I don't believe that those grumpy wives are naturally like that. But it comes from the husband. What is he doing? If he comes at home at 2 a.m., definitely I won't be happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Then, my finances. Do you think they should be joined? A couple's finances, should they be joined? And then, how do you decide? How do you support the extended family? My dad and taking care of mama and sometimes laws I can't that you need to take off. Like, how do you come about those decisions?
Okay. Like personally, we've decided to have joint finances. Well, I have a separate company which I started before getting married.
Yes.
So that one is separate.
Okay.
But then we're starting something together, and this one will be joined.
Okay.
Then on the finances, like in terms of families and stuff,
Yes.
we sat down and realized that, okay, there might be a side need. So we
How
have
to
to
arrive at that?
Okay, for example, basically his family is bigger than mine,
Yes.
and I don't really have many nieces and nephews that really,
Okay.
that really have need.
Yes.
But on his side, like the huge family, they've got extended families. So we came about to sit down and say, okay, it doesn't mean that I'm throwing away my family. Definitely there has to be we have to strike a balance.
Yes.
But if there's need on his side, I don't need to say, okay, this side is 50%, my side also needs to be 50%.
All right.
Because definitely there is a difference there.
All right. All right. And how important is me time when you're married?
It's very important because
Yes.
you have to have your me time. You have to.
And I mean, like, how do you keep an active individual life?
Like, I can't say I have friends. I have
Yes.
a twin sister. Well, she's my
did
friend
mention
and
that
all.
before,
Yeah.
yes.
Sometimes you have to go out without the husband, without the wife.
Yes.
Have fun, like have your me time. Find yourself, run your business. Without him, you don't need to be locally landelana. Like
Yes.
Yes. You have to find yourself, have fun. Then maybe when you're meeting, then you have something to talk about.
All right.
Probably you found ideas from friends or from
Okay,
families,
all right.
wherever you have been, and you have something to discuss, something even to learn about from
Lokunye
even
abantu.
other marriages. Kunye abantu. Yeah, it keeps the fire burning.
Okay.
It's not all about the two of you.
All
I mean,
right. Okay.
yeah.
So women are often told actually ukuthi kuyabekezelwa emtshadweni. Shingamorwa.
Yeah.
Right. As a married woman who's been told this before.
Yeah.
Okay, when do you feel like it's like I've forgiven too much? Like I can forgive this, but I can't forgive that. How do you feel about it? Do you think it's fair?
I believe that I'm a feminist.
Yes.
I'm all about women empowerment. I don't tolerate such nonsense.
All right.
I don't believe in this shinkamrora thing. Okay. I read somewhere where Oprah said that if a man loves you,
Yes.
he will be kept.
Okay.
He won't walk away. He'll be there for you. If he doesn't want to be kept, then he will go. Yes. So I don't believe that if someone cheats, they love you.
Yes.
Okwenza ukuthi wabona omunye umuntu mina ngikhona, what's that?
Alright.
Or if someone hits you, abuse. And it's not all about, people don't understand differences of abuse.
Yes,
There's
there's
emotional abuse.
physical, financial.
Ngizakuzelela abantwana. I'll change, I'll become bigger. Probably
Yes.
I'll cut my hair, I'll become swollen. Then you start insulting me.
Yes.
I believe that at that stage you just walk away.
All right.
Because I don't believe that a woman is
just
a lady,
taking everything
is an object.
because of us.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because of a ring.
Yes.
Because of a man. No.
Okay, but then like ungakhangela these days,
Yeah.
prevalence of divorce is very high. Okay, why do you think imtshadwa isalas like it used to back in the day?
I think one is technology. Two is because of probably high level of education and
On the women's side.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, not women's side as per se, both
Yes.
women and men.
And men.
Because even the men, they are now chasing after my degrees, chasing after business. They don't know how to be men.
To be husbands.
Exactly.
Yes.
The only thing that, okay, I'll drive my nice car, I'll be in office till 9 p.m. He
Yes.
doesnce care about
There's
his
someone
wife.
at home waiting for him at home.
Exactly. They believe that even women in the home, yena akasakwanisi lokupheka.
Yes.
He's no longer that romantic guy. He's now like ruling with an iron fist. I'm the one who brings this in the house. I'm not
Yes.
this, I'm not this.
Yes.
But that changes everything. Even the women.
Yes.
You are in your heels the whole day. You're a manager. You're a saluter with the men at work. But when you get home, you're not a wife. You're not someone's bae. You have to be a wife.
Okay, all right. Okay, so what are the most important things to discuss before getting married? I mean, like, abantu abaningi, if you see ukuthi you get married to someone and akafundanga, right? And then after 5 years, you're like, umfazi wami akafundanga. You live, that person lives umfazi wakhe for umuntu ofundileyo. And I'm like, you married this person, ungasithi akafundanga. Why you leave this person now? It's like at first love sustains marriage first few years, but then afterwards you have to face reality. Why kunjalo? So what do you have to discuss before you get married to avoid such things?
Okay, I believe that the first and one of the major things that you have to discuss includes religion.
Yes.
Like coming from a Christian background, like you should make sure that you discuss such things and have someone that you know that, okay, I'm going to share my life with this person.
Yes.
Is also of the same values as mine.
Exactly.
Because imagine just rushing into marriage because you know, some people are pressured into marriage.
Yes.
Then you realize that, okay, this person is not even a Christian,
Yes.
Christian background. Then how are you going to meet? And remember, we are married into their families. You change your surname. You won't make the rules. You have to change to be a traditionalist. You won't change anything. You know, you have to dance and all.
Yes.
But I believe that talking about religion is very important. Also, like the family backgrounds, what do they value? What kind of people are they? You know, such things you have to discuss so that you know what you're getting yourself into.
Because yes, I mean, like example, like when at first, I mean, I'm like, yes, I love this person, I might stick around, but then after 5 years, it gets so tiring. Imagine.
Imagine.
Okay. I understand that. And then, do you think gender roles should exist in a contemporary marriage? You said you're a feminist, so I just need to understand.
Not really, because I believe that marriage is all about love.
Yes.
He has to cook for me sometimes. You know, it doesn't mean that maybe sometimes in Zakula. Does it mean that he's going to say when I just pose mama you have to cook?
Yes.
But he has to be sweet one day, like pege, you know, once I'm watching TV or you know, such things. I mean, women who have also been educated.
Yes.
You can fix the globe as well when he's not around.
Yes.
You can fix the stove or fix the oven when he's not around. It doesn't mean that you have to say, okay, just suppose you're the wife, you have to cook, you have to do laundry, you have to do this, you have to change diapers. But he can as well do that as well. And I think it's sweeter that way, and you create bonds that can never be changed or broken.
All right. Okay, thank you so much, Tafi. Can you just stick around until after the break so that we go through our audience review questions?
Okay,
thank you.
This podcast was produced with the financial support of the European Union and the Culture Fund. Contents are the sole responsibility of Girls Aloud and do not necessarily reflect the views of the European Union and the Culture Fund.
thank you.
Okay, so these are a couple of questions and answers that we have from our audiences.
Okay.
Not that I'm saying marriage is wrong, but each generation here to ending is now making marriage an achievement. Hence, they end up doing it for the wrong reasons. You know, for kutengisela abantu and all that. People are not getting married just for flexing, for fun.
Yeah. I think that's very true.
Yes.
Like going back to the question you asked, I think that's why many the high divorce cases and many marriages are failing.
Yes.
Because you'd compare with our mothers kudala, they went at these fancy weddings or you see the lobola settings. I'm not against that. I'm also a lady. I want
the Rora squads.
Yes, the Rora squads and the decors.
Yes.
Personally, my dad refused all that because he said it was sticking by the traditional things. And I believe that some of these things are now more of like show off or an achievement but I believe that marriage should come as a blessing, not an achievement.
All right. Okay, so divorce prevalence is very high now, and I so scary. People no longer sharing out there. When Zimba was who is who, I and this.
Yeah, true. That's the boring part. Is no matter how you date someone, whether for a long time or for a short time, you don't know their
true intentions.
Their true intentions.
Yes.
That's why I say that only prayer can make a confirmation. Because you might date someone thinking, okay, this is the right person. Maybe he's just after money. You know, it's no longer about women.
Yes.
only coming after money, but the men also.
Come after
Believe
money.
me, there are lazy men out there, and
Our
they're
confidence
actually
on our
waiting.
umfazi.
Yeah, they're actually
Okay.
waiting.
All right. But then ungananzelela, like each generation etending kakhulu, many people are shying away from marriage. Why is it that?
I believe that people are now becoming too independent. People are now chasing after their careers and
Okay.
chasing after their monies, and really marriage is no longer that of value.
All right.
And I believe that people are now, even that scene, sex before marriage, people are not doing it. I mean, 18 years, 17 years, 16 years, people are getting pregnant.
Okay.
People are not
Okay.
even waiting for anything, you know?
Okay, I saw this joke. It's not premarital sex
Yeah.
if you're not going to get married.
Exactly. People don't care. I mean, so what's the value of marriage?
Okay,
Yeah.
only more. When you would say, I think many parents are grooming their children to become someone's wives, to become wives, actually. And this generation, it doesn't make sense to find a woman who's dependent on a man. Yikho abafazi bathola esehlalela kuthiwa ngihlalele abantwana. In actual fact, yinto ayifundisiweyo. That person grew up vele uba ngumfazi, you have to get married, you have to be someone's wife, and you can't just go back home tomorrow and be like, uyangichaya, because bazabuza ukuthi, are you the first one ukuchaya yini umthetho nakho?
Exactly.
Are you the first one to be cheated on? Yes. So uthi, I think women should be empowered. Umfazi afundiswe ukuthi marriage as achievement, umuntu a make a choice.
True. I'm of the essence that you don't just people are grooming women the wrong way.
Yes.
Even kuma kitchen teas.
Yes.
You are being told that be a wife, be a good woman, be a good murora.
Yes.
But I don't believe that you can become a good wife to someone you're not
Who's a terrible
financially
husband,
stable.
yes.
Exactly. And someone is a terrible husband. You have to have a voice.
Yes.
Well, you have to have a voice, although you have to maintain your feminism. You have to be a woman, not another man. You don't have to fight him, but at least you have to know when you're abused.
And then you
Not to
stand
just say,
your
it's
ground.
okay, mama kumele thule. You know, I have to keep quiet.
But then
and-
okay, look at it this way. You are a feminist.
Yeah.
And then there's your mom. She's not a feminist. All right. And then it just believes in a wife, I mean, being submissive to a husband.
Yeah.
All right. And then and I'm like, Mom, ABCD. And then mama probably she took up all those things from my dad. She just took everything in.
yeah,
Like, do you think she'll understand Masembera and kind of like saying for good divorce?
she won't. She won't even believe that. But I think Uguti, if you have a strong support system,
Yes.
the system, if it means that your mom, you have to set her aside, because imagine you don't need to go back home in a coffin. Wasuka konapa in a white dress looking all beautiful.
That's true.
If it means that you have to go against your mom for that time, she'll understand in future.
Yes.
Ukuthi no mntana my child.
Why,
Definitely there'll be a sister or a friend that will be with you, that will stand with you and stand for you at that
support you,
moment.
and
Yeah,
support you.
because it doesn't mean that she wants to lose a daughter. It's just they just don't know. They are
don't
maybe
understand,
probably
okay.
old-fashioned. They think that umfazi kumele thule, but that's not it.
Okay. So lo when you mina, my boyfriend's mom and I are very close, we're very tight. But I'm afraid ukuthi she'll change once we get married. Lo mntana ke ngoba umamazala bonke ngani vele nje mele behluphe bengathi umuntu malukazana.
I think Uguti, if she changes, this person doesn't need to worry, because if she changes, it means that already there's been a lot of lying around. People
Right.
don't change. But ungabona umuntu esentshintsha, it means Uguti they were hiding something.
Okay.
I don't believe that all mom-in-laws are monster-in-laws.
Okay.
Believe me,
Yes.
there've been. My mom was a mom-in-law,
Yes.
and she was one of a kind.
Yes.
We embraced our own sister-in-law as our sister because of our mom, because
Okay.
she took her as her own daughter. So from that example, I don't believe all in-laws
Mom-in-laws
are monsters.
terrible.
Yeah.
All right. This one says my in-laws have no sense of boundary. I've tried talking to my wife about it, but then as we see.
Then I believe that the person, okay, it's a husband, right?
Yeah,
It's
this is
he.
a husband. He's
Okay,
the
he should
husband.
set the boundaries himself. Because if you talk, it means that maybe it's coming from the wife.
Yes.
Because I don't believe that people can have no boundaries when I'm setting boundaries to my, because it first comes from the husband and wife.
All right.
You tell each other what you want in your home.
Okay.
lingabona ukuthi no, this person kanama boundaries. You sit down and you talk about it, and you set the boundaries. Lingu two, because remember, marriage is for two.
Yes.
But ungabona a third party coming in, it means that there's one person who is lenient on other people. So it means that if the other person is lenient, then you have to be the stronger side.
All right.
And set the boundaries. There's the saying exactly. Then you have to do that.
Yes, because I think I've seen the situation where, but then situations were reversed this time around. Umfazi abangondoda ade bengena boundary.
Okay.
Like uba mncane uyabuya and thatha imoto kamamncane like and drives it, and to a point ukufika ugcina wayicrasha.
Yo.
You see, like I think each boundary, I think into many khulunywe kakhulu.
Exactly.
Yes, it must be emphasized. Omunye uthi we got married before lockdown, and all my in-laws expect us to stay with my husband's niece, like all of a sudden now. And where's the girl is very rude.
On this one,
And they just got married like just before lockdown, but it's a honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
And now they have to be with someone engineer.
I think this is something which the husband knew and something which was planned. Because if the husband didn't want this, then
Yes.
definitely this wouldn't have happened.
Yes.
Because I believe that you are married, you should stay maybe some time late too. You know, I believe
Yes.
that before I take in my young sister,
Yes.
I should know my husband's weakness. Before someone comes in, he should know that umfazi wami uThafu upheka imboza, and he should be my strength before we
Yes.
move in with other people.
Yes.
You can imagine you're married for 2 weeks and already so niece. That person will actually translate the wrong information even to other relatives, because we also note our weaknesses before even your husband knows of some weaknesses.
Yes.
So I think that's wrong. People should first bond and live together before bringing in other people. Yeah.
Okay. This one says, well, because of lockdown, happy is always at home. Can bars open already?
So, okay, maybe that comes back to the me time thing.
Yes.
I think, okay, I'm not someone who would want my hubby to be out in bars, but I think it comes back to the me time.
Yes.
I mean, people should have their separate lives before, like, besides marriage. Because
Yeah,
imagine,
now
already
it's lockdown now. Yes.
you know, maybe you can just take a walk, you know, go somewhere. You know? Yeah, I can imagine though, living with happy 24/7. Obviously, like I said, Bowana, you start noting the weaknesses, the boring tendencies. I think that's boring.
All right. Kuthiwa, how do you manage finances amongst parents enu? Ngoba umamazala wami, if I buy my mom something, lies, she wants the same thing.
Okay. I think it's all about communication.
Yes.
And boundaries, because I don't think, like what I said, like how we do it, we see where there is need, but definitely things like maybe Christmas,
Yes.
we have decided that okay, we buy clothes this side and we buy clothes this side.
Yes.
We buy groceries this side, we buy groceries this side. If we're going to fuel this car, we do it this side. Unless, of course, there are some parents who are not so greedy
Yes.
that will actually say, no, don't.
Well, okay.
Yeah, we're okay on this
Yes.
part. Maybe you can just fuel our car. Then maybe it now depends with relationships, because it doesn't make sense for people to start to be fighting. Ukuthi ngoba kwenziwe ngapha, it definitely should be this side.
Yes.
People have to be fair, but you have to see like ama needs.
Alright.
I wouldn't know what the mamazala, maybe she's working and the other mom is not working. So I
okay.
wouldn't know the situation, but really it shouldn't be a cause of conflict.
Okay, but then this is an almost similar question, but then last pattern khona yenkechileyo. Uthi khona yena umamazala, umamakhe, mama wendoda yakhe, like is a single parent, right? And then yena, the girl, she's got both parents, right? And then angayala ukumnika imali, and she's like, I know this time my parents is ngana a bit, you know. Ubudani yathi phela ungakhohlwa ukuthi mina I was raised by a single mom. You don't know what went through me and my mom. It's what the husband says to her. So kungani, you know, so it's the tension.
Okay, I would say it from someone who's okay, fine. I wasn't raised by a single parent
Parent,
because I think my mom passed on when I was in my late 20s.
Okay. So
But now I have a feel
Yes.
of how it is having a single parent. Because you can imagine my dad has been my mom. So I've got that bond with them that definitely kumele ngimgcine.
Yes.
Because he has been my mother,
Yes.
he has been my dad, and these days, like akuselo auntie labano auntie basekhaya, he's the one who is there, he's the closest.
Yes.
So I understand him. I think the problem is communication, because you don't need to be fighting about parents.
Yes.
But the way you talk to your partner, the way you say it.
Yes.
But I would say it from someone who has got one parent. Definitely, I wouldn't want to go to a month, 2 months, 3 months passes by. Ngiyelale a sweet to my dad.
to your dad.
Definitely.
But then would you do the same to your in-laws, with your in-laws?
Definitely.
Like
Definitely.
every time like no, but then baba mu yedwa, you know.
I think I would rather make it a 50-50 point, right?
Yes.
Although now I know my dad is not that, and of course, like I said earlier on, his parents, his mom is my mom, his dad is my dad, right?
Yes.
They are all parents at the end of the day.
Okay.
But I would also see where there is need.
All right. But then in this case, this one says it's a single mom. And this guy says, I asked what you've been through with my mom. And obviously, probably the mom took the son through school and all that.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then this guy probably feels like, then like, you know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, now you have a wife, now you have someone you have to communicate with.
Yes.
And you also have to balance my finances. There's no way I can say to my husband, buy my dad a Range Rover because he's a single parent. No.
Yes.
But you have to balance, because at the same time, he is a single parent, he's a single dad. You also have to strike a balance with your marriage, because
Yes.
remember, you also want to make them proud by making your marriage work.
Okay.
There's no way I'm going to say, okay, yenza lokhu, when we cannot do it. We also have a life.
Okay.
So, I mean, he shouldn't ask for things that are not out of this world.
All right.
At least there should be a balance there.
Okay. Okay, but then just an advice you could give to young couples or people who are looking forward to getting married, and before we end our show.
Okay. All I can say is marry your best friend.
Yes.
There's no mistake in marrying your best friend, and don't ever rush. Like, uguti pressure from society, from relatives. You're now 30, you're now 26, from church.
Yeah.
Never make that mistake. You'd rather marry your best friend, fall in love, be friends with that person,
Yes.
and pray. That's all I can say.
Okay, thank you so much, Tafadzwa.
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you.